peeps, it's Rachel here from the OTK Review. How's it going? I have a lovely box review for you today from the wonderful people of Anime Loot Crate. And this month's theme is supposed to be pretty good. It is Game On, so it's all exploration themed anime and other goodies. So far as I know, there's a couple of anime in this. I'm not quite sure if I've watched or not. I think there's Is It Wrong to Pick Girls in the Dungeon, Steins Gate, which I've never watched actually, I've heard it's quite good, and randomly Sonic the Hedgehog is included in this month's box. I'm not quite sure if it is anime. I know they've done some series like Sonic X, which I know wasn't very good, but hey ho, it might still be a good item nevertheless. So I've literally just sliced this open. I don't know what's in the box. I've been keeping away from their Facebook page as much as possible and emails because they keep giving away way too many spoilers. So anyway, I'm going to put the box beside me and we'll see what anime goodness is inside. The first item of the box is always the wonderful t-shirt, as a lot of people have always asked to include t-shirts because they've took out a random survey and they keep asking people what they want, so they want t-shirts. So this is what we got. So we've got quite a cream coloured shirt, and it is a Steins Gate shirt, so that's the Steins Gate item. I don't really know a lot about this anime, apart from it's kind of like The Matrix. It's kind of like if you miss one thing, you don't quite know what's going on in the next. I'm not sure if they're doing any more series at the moment or any movies, but I've seen a few things floating around Facebook about it, so it's probably one for me to check out. They've had it on Netflix a couple times, and my Make Sure It Work raves on about it, and so yeah, it might want to give a go. So that is the t-shirt item for the box. Next item we have is a brooch set, and it is from Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon, The Familiar Myth. I've only watched the first couple of episodes of this series. This was out quite some time ago. I think it was out about 2 or 3 years ago, and if you remember this little chicky-doo here with the ribbon under her boobs, with the very skimpy dress, she was a bit of a fad back in the day, because everyone was doing the whole ribbon under the boobs trend, which is very random. So she was the one who kind of started it, and it was a very popular anime, and I think there's a new series or a movie coming out later this year. So it's a very nice pin set. So you got the main protagonist there. Unfortunately I can't remember his name, it's been years since I've watched it, and I think this lady is called Hestilia, and she's basically a sort of goddess, and basically all the clans in the village or sort of surrounding villages, they follow a god or goddess, and they fight for them, go through dungeons, get treasure, and then the gods or goddesses get like kind of like approval sort of thing. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons cross Facebook sort of thing. So the more popular they get, the higher class their god or goddess ranking becomes. I think that's how it works. And so I might have to give this another try because the animation was really good and the music was lovely, and the characters were very relatable to get used to. So yeah, that is the pins from that. Next item we have a manga, and it is from Final Fantasy Type 0, and I've never really got into Final Fantasy really strongly. I've only played it since Final Fantasy 13, and then the sequel, and then the really abysmal sequel after that. That's all I've played. So yeah, I've not actually looked at this, but the artwork in it is really super nice. So I might have to send this way to my my good friend Kat, because she's a massive Final Fantasy Online fan, because I think this is based off one of the online series of games, so I don't know any of the characters, but basically it says the cadets of Akitsima's class 0 are legends with strength, magic unrevealed, and crimson capes symboling the great vermilion bird of the Dominion. But will the elite training be enough to keep them alive when war breaks out and the class 0 cadets find themselves at the front and centre of a bloody political battlefield? So it sounds very dramatic, as most games are. So it's really nice artwork. It is produced obviously by Square Enix themselves, and yeah, it looks very dramatic. So there's some really very dramatic people and boss characters, and the art looks really super nice. There's a lot of wide shots, like action and stuff, and yeah, very nicely shaded and everything as well. That's what I admire about all the level of detail that gets put into pages sometimes. It may be just a one screenshot page and you just see so much amount of detail. Some people just go meh, but you just find yourself kind of looking at every little bit. So that's what I love about illustration. So yeah, it's a good book. So yeah, maybe one to pass as a gift in the future. So that is the Final Fantasy manga. Okay, next up, guys, we have a figure, and it is from obviously Sonic the Hedgehog, as I mentioned earlier, and this is Shadow the Hedgehog, and it looks like a collectible figure. So I'm going to have to open this up, put it on the wheel of Spinny Joy, and show you what he looks like. Okay guys, so this is the Loot Crate figure that was included. So this is Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't know a lot about this character as I've never really sort of come across him in the games. I've only played like the really old school Sonic 1, 2 and 3. So this is a really nice figure. Sorry my camera's a little bit jilty, my tripod's not working very well. So as you can see, he's on a really nice base. Unfortunately there's a little bit of paint bleed here just on the front of it, which is a little bit distracting. But other than that, it's a really nice, well done figure. So as you can see, there's a clear base peg to place up the ring behind him, which gives a really nice sort of backdrop, and it's also featured on the box as well. So yeah, it's really nice. It's Japanese text is really cool as well, so it adds to the anime side of the box. This is a Loot Crate exclusive figure, so you can only get this in the box, and it's obviously licensed by Sega. And yeah, I'm really super stoked with this figure, so it's definitely a keeper. They are including a lot more figures now, as they've sort of been sort of asked for a lot more, because I think it makes the box more when you have a collectible. Sorry, my base does not really like the size of the stand, so I do apologise. It's my new one. So this is the Mr. Shadow himself. So sorry, just get my camera to focus on him. So you can see him. He's got a little bit of sort of glue gunk on his arm and his sort of chest area, which is a little bit of a downside to this figure. But other than that, he's still quite nice. There's a little bit of a mispaint here on his cheek. He's got a little bit of a spackle from the red paint, and yeah, he's got a really cool sort of haircut and sort of design to him. Sorry, my camera does not want to focus with me today. So yeah, as you can see, his back. So come on, camera, be nice to me. And yeah, they did a really nice paint job on the boots and the gloves. And yeah, they could have tidied it up just a little bit, in my opinion. But he's still super cool nonetheless. I'm just going to put him back on his lovely base and put him back on the spinny wheel of joy. So yeah, I'm super stoked. I've possibly got another figure coming up in one of my next Loot Crates, so hopefully he'll fit in well with the figure series. I'm not sure if it's from the exact same line as this, but nonetheless I look forward to it. So that's the Shadow the Hedgehog figure. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed that little figure sort of segment. I just thought it'd be a lot better to see it up close, and yeah, as you can see, I got a new stand, so I thought it was about time to get a new one, as the old paint stand looked a little bit gutted, so I thought I'd get a nice new shiny one. Anyway, so that was all the items that were in the box. The box for the anime crate, the inside turns out and turns into a little village-scape. So it's from Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? It says Memorial Frieze. I'm not sure if that's from a game or it's based on the anime series, or if it was the name of the newest series that's coming out. So basically there's just little houses each side. It's a bit weird, seeing as it's meant to be like a very sort of clustered town, but they're all separated. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that box. So if you have any ideas of what's going on with that, let me know. But still, nonetheless, a really nice storage box. Sorry, I couldn't get my words out then. And as always, we have a poster, and just sort of explaining the box itself. So we have a sort of promo poster of Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon? So they're really bigging up the anime in this month's box. So it's still nice. It's just walking through the village. So there's all the various characters from the anime. I've only come across these three guys here at the minute. As always, I've not watched the full anime. And so we have the item list for the box. So we have the exclusive Loot Crate pins. So pin set adventuring Belle and Hysteria. A perfect addition to your bag, lapel or collection. And we're also giving away bonus content for the mobile game, which releases in the year. Okay, so that explains that. So that's basically the name of the mobile game. So that clears that up. Then we had the Final Fantasy Type O manga from the Square Enix crew, and also contains a bonus poster inside the book. Okay, I didn't see the poster, so that will as another item. Then we had the exclusive Shadow the Hedgehog figure from Sega, which is again Loot Crate exclusive, and the Steins Gate T-shirt featuring Renata Okabe and Kurose Makase. Okay, so yeah, I still don't know which character's which because I haven't watched this. But still, nonetheless, guys, I really enjoyed this month's box. It's still really cool. I think next month's theme is Mecha. So I think there's Mega Man and a few other animes. I can't remember the whole list because I'm still going through all the boxes for the month. But nonetheless, I always look forward to it to come through in the post. So hopefully it should be here in the next couple of weeks. So, and until next time, you guys, I will say sayonara desu, stay nerdy, stay happy, and keep collecting. Bye bye!